Is the origin of the ritual symbol. We'll start with Salat. Now, Salat originated from the Quran, the holy book of Islam, and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, and is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. These 5 pillars are the basic acts of worship and are the foundations for all Muslim practices, and include Shahada, or faith, Salah, or prayer, Zakat, which is charity, Swam, which is fasting during Ramadan, and Hajj, which is the pilgrimage to Mecca. Now, Salat was introduced during the Prophet Muhammad's night journey, in which he received a divine command to pray, with originally being instructed to pray 50 times a day before being reduced to 5. Next is Holy Communion. Holy Communion comes from the Last Supper Jesus shared with his disciples before his crucifixion. In this supper, Jesus took a cup of wine and told his disciples that, quote, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood, poured out for you." End quote. He then took a piece of bread and said, quote, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." End quote. This act is now the foundation of Holy Communion, displaying his sacrifice, the forgiveness of sins, using the wine and bread. Is performed or the symbol used. Salat is performed 5 times a day at scheduled times, each consisting of physical postures and the recital of the Quran. The process begins with wudu, a ritual washing performed to ensure cleanliness before beginning prayer. Within each prayer, one will stand, recite prayers, bow, stand again, prostrate, sit, and repeat these cycles as required. This all happens while the individual faces the direction of Mecca. Now, Muslims will traditionally use a prayer mat, a key symbol of Salat, to ensure a clean place of worship. The commemoration of Jesus' sacrifice, and is therefore commonplace in many Christian worship services, particularly in Catholic, Orthodox, Anglican, and some Protestant churches. In this ritual, worshippers come to the altar to accept small amounts of wine and bread, the symbols of Jesus' body and blood. However, sometimes grape juice and wafer crackers are used as a substitute. This process is a commemoration of Jesus' sacrifice. Of the elements of the ritual. Each of the elements of Salat reflect devotion, humility, and connection to Allah, their God. The physical movements, such as standing, bowing, prostrating, and sitting, symbolize submission and respect, while facing the direction of Mecca unites Muslims worldwide in a shared spiritual direction. Washing before prayer represents the purification of body and soul, and performing Salat 5 times a day creates discipline, mindfulness, and a reminder of the individual's purpose in life. Collectively, these symbols and actions embody one's surrendering to God and spiritually grounding in daily life. Now on to Holy Communion. As previously mentioned, the 2 symbols associated with Holy Communion are bread and wine. The bread symbolizes the body of Christ, while the wine signifies the blood. This is as documented at the Last Supper, in which Jesus spoke to his disciples. Body, mind, and spirit combine in worship throughout this ritual. In Salat, the body, mind, and spirit unite in a deep act of worship. The body engages through physical movements such as bending, bowing, and sitting, while the mind focuses on the words of the Quran, intentional recitation, and the meaning behind each phrase. The spirit connects with God through devotion, reflection, and the emotional process of seeking closeness to God. Together, all these aspects combine to create a ritual that embodies complete prayer. Now with communion. In the ritual of Holy Communion, the body, mind, and spirit unite in a deep act of worship and remembrance. The body participates as believers coming forward to receive the bread and wine, physical elements that represent the body and blood of Christ. These actions are not just symbolic, but they are also a tangible expression of faith and unity with Christ and the Church. The mind engages through reflection on the meaning of Jesus' sacrifice, recalling his words at the Last Supper. At the same time, the spirit reaches out in faith, drawing nearer to God in gratitude, humility, and reverence. Combining all these elements, Holy Communion becomes more than just a ritual, but more so a powerful meeting point of body, mind, and spirit in the presence of God. The importance of this ritual. Salat holds deep importance in the Islamic culture and community as a unifying and identity shaping ritual. It reinforces a shared sense of faith and discipline amongst Muslims. Praying at fixed times throughout the day connects individuals to a global community, with congregational prayers such as those in mosques strengthen social bonds and support. Culturally, Salat is an expression of devotion that shapes Muslims' daily life, preserving spiritual values across generations. Now, Holy Communion is deeply important to the Christian community because it serves as a powerful symbol of unity, remembrance, and grace. It connects believers across time and place, reminding them of Jesus' sacrifice and the foundation of their faith. By partaking in the bread and wine, the community reaffirms its commitment to Christ and to one another, symbolizing a shared identity. It also acts as a moment of reflection, offering individuals a chance to seek forgiveness, express gratitude, and deepen their spiritual connection. For many, communion is not only a tradition, but a holy sacrament, an expression of faith that strengthens the bond between believers and God. Thank you for watching, and here are some resources that I used.